guys, Becky here with Design Bundles, and I'm super excited to have you join me today because we have a really great sublimation tutorial for you. This time, I'm going to show you how to set up and create your own sublimation templates in Sawgrass Creative Studio. Alright guys, so for today's project, we are going to sublimate this cute little popsicle holder, okay? So what I'm going to do, I have just a regular white sheet of paper, nothing special, and a regular ink pen, alright? Now, you may be thinking, Becky, that is a really basic shape. Of course it is, and that's fine. But we're showing you this technique so that when you do encounter a more complicated shape or just a shape that you do not have a template for, then this is the best method to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it down with one hand and just kind of like you would trace your hand. I'm just going to draw an outside line around this entire design. And there we go. So now I know that's that's way too easy, but what we're going to do is I have an app on my phone. It's called CamScanner, okay? CamScanner. Of course, I'm not affiliated with them, but I am going to use this, and I just want to hold it up. Here, let's let you see this too. Can you see how I incorporate my entire sheet here? And I just want to, I try to do it so that the lines are even on each side. I'm gonna snap a photo. Now, can you see how it, because I'm using a darker background, it automatically picks up the sides of the page. So I'm just gonna choose next, and I get a nice scanned in image. Now, you may be asking me, what's the difference between this and taking a picture? This is going to be a much crisper image. Now, if you don't want to do it on your phone, that's fine. If you have a scanner at home, you can do this, probably a lot easier, but I know scanners aren't ultra common, so this is a really good alternative. So I'm just going to check mark, and then I'm going to share it, and then of course I can share it wherever I need to, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this as a JPG, and then I'm going to email it to myself. Okay, of course it pops up with an advertisement because, you know, this is a free app, but now I should be able to check my email and download the image of this to use on the computer. So let's head on over to the software and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys, so this is my inbox, nothing special. And you can see this is the image that I have emailed to myself. So I'm just going to open it and then I'm going to download this image. And as you can see down here on the screen, it downloads it to my computer. So that's exactly what I needed to do. And then let's talk about how we're going to convert this into a usable format. All right, so here I am in Sawgrass Creative Studio. And all I'm going to do, well, the first thing I'm going to do is create my custom canvas. I'm going to change my unit to inches. Now I'm just printing on a letter size sheet of paper. So that's what I'm going to create. And then we're going to choose galleries and my images, and this is where we're going to upload that JPEG image. So straight from the email into the software. Now, of course, I can rename it. So we will say popsicle holder template, hit save. And then from here, we can just add it to our workspace. Now, one thing that's important for sizing, remember that this is our letter size sheet of paper. Okay, so that's how we're making sure that this is going to be the correct size. Now, once we have it sized, we can go to clear white. And what we're going to do, let's scroll down just a bit. We're going to click on the white areas of the design and then hit save. And I know it looks like not a whole lot has changed, but let's go back. Let's import a background. Now I have a nice pink summer background, and we'll just say pink confetti pattern. I'm going to click on it to also add it to the area, and I'm going to choose send backwards. And now I have the template of my design. So now how do we combine the two? Well, the first thing to do is to let's go ahead and send that backwards again. And we're going to size down the pattern, as long as we need it sized down. Now, if you don't want it scaled down, that's completely fine. And then let's just go ahead and crop. Now, cropping is completely optional, and I'll be honest with you, this was kind of a fluke that it worked so well. But moral of the story is I just want a basic size. Okay, now let's go ahead and pause. You can say, Becky, you could have just done the measurements and drawn a box and gotten the same conclusion. Well, yes, I could have. But remember, guys, there will be times when you will be using items that won't be a simple rectangle. Okay, but for now, this is good for me. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text. Now, I do have a font that I uploaded. So let's go and choose that. Now remember, uploaded fonts are fonts that obviously you've uploaded, but you can only do so if you have upgraded to the Creative Studio membership subscription, okay? But let's just go ahead and type out summer, and we can rotate it, and then we can make it larger. Now I am also going to change the color, and I just want white. Now this is going to help me size it, and then it will also help me to center it, okay? So once I have it sized, let's see, I'm going to just click and I can remove the template, okay? Go ahead and trash it. And I'm going to select both of these individually and choose Align Center. And then I can just move the text. It works out, it's very fortunate that the text box actually lines up with the sides, but if it doesn't, then you can adjust it as you need to. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, one more thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and make a duplicate of the, not the text, but just the pattern. That way I will have two, so I can do the front and the back, and then we can select all and just put it right here in the middle. So now I'm going to go ahead and print. Now the mirroring is automatically turned on, so that works out really good. And so I have my Sawgrass printer, tray, letter size. And then for product, we are just going to choose polyester, and we'll hit print. So what this is going to do is it's going to launch the print manager, and then that will work as our in-between to be able to actually send this design to the printer itself. All right, so once the print manager has launched, you can just double check everything, but it all looks good to me. Polyester substrate, automatic mirroring, so then I can just choose print, and this will print it out from my Sawgrass printer. So let's take a look at sublimating this onto our project. All right, guys, so here we are. Here's our project. Now this is straight from my Sawgrass printer. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim around it. Next, I'm going to grab my Krylon Easy Tack repositionable spray, and I already have my Easy Press preheated to 400 degrees. So as you can see, and this is what we were talking about with the template, this is going to fit really nice. All right, so all I need to do is I want to decide, do I want the name here or do I want the name here? I am going to go ahead and put it on this side, and then I will put this regular pattern on the other side. So I'm going to give my can a shake, and then I'm just going to give each one a little spray. Now the adhesive spray is just to keep the design in place while I'm pressing. So then I want to try my best to center the text. So of course I need my butcher paper. I'm going to put it print side up, and then I'm going to hit it with my Easy Press. Now I just put summer because that's just, you know, we use these during the summer, right? But you can easily customize these with names, whether they're for personal use or to sell. So really, really awesome there. But we're just going to press for about 45 seconds should be good, because these are neoprene. And we can give it a little peek. Super cute, super cute. So next I just need to do the other side. Remember, I've already hit this one with the spray, so I just need to position my blank on here. I'm gonna grab new butcher paper and then hit it with the Easy Press again. And there we go. That is our finished project. We have a cute little popsicle holder, and we went from just drawing a regular template to being able to use that template to make this, and not only size our text appropriately, but we also cut down on hopefully any excess waste that we would have by just doing a regular pattern print. But super cute. I really like it a lot. And now we can use it for the summer. So guys, how did you feel about making your own template in Sawgrass Creative Studio? Now, like I said in the video, I know that this project in particular wasn't super complicated, but I think it's a good starter project. It's really easy to trace and get that outline. And you know, there will just absolutely be times when you're working with a project that you do not have a template for. And here is our answer. So if you have any questions or comments, definitely make sure you leave those down below. I do love to hear from you guys, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, maybe share with a crafty friend. I know a lot of people struggle when it comes to sublimation and setting up designs, so hopefully this will help you guys out. But I am going to wrap it up for today. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.